right.
Okay.
You guys ready to get to your final community challenge?
I don't know if I'm ready, so let's do it.
Ready.
So it is top 3 or final 3? I don't know.
For this challenge, it is also a classic. This challenge is called Butt on a Hard Idol. You are going to hold a wall sit for as long as you can. Last person left up wins immunity, guarantees themselves a spot in the final 3 where they will get to pitch their case to the jury on why they should win Season 4 Sahara Dunes. For immunity and a guaranteed spot in the final 3, survivors ready. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This challenge is on. Gonna have to hold a wall sit for as long as they possibly can. Everyone's tired, everyone's exhausted, so it all comes down to willpower here. If you want to get yourself to the end to pitch your case to the jury. How badly do you want it? Kylie. Down to Michael, Alanis, and Erik.
Alanis's dog coming to join the party. The doggy hazard.
Alanis.
Oh, Alanis.
Good
We're
job.
down to 2.
Oh my god.
Michael, who's been in an endurance part earlier, proved himself in the plank. Erik, who won the T-pose.
Ooh.
Michael back to shaking. Erik still solid.
Michael really shaking,
His whole body.
but still up.
Michael drops.
Erik wins individual immunity. Guarantees
Good job, guys. That was awesome.
in the final tribal council.
Y'all did so good.
I knew that Michael would be good at wall sits. He told me that he went to like fencing camp and that he used to do 2 hours of planks and 2 hours of wall sits a day. I'm like, what? So yeah, he was a very fierce competitor. I was just telling them I was dying, and then I heard, oh, he's really shaking now. I'm like, I can do this. I can do this.
So who are you thinking?
I mean, if it's between us 2 and Kylie, I mean, it has to be Kylie, I guess. You know what I mean?
Only option.
Yeah, there's no other option.
Yeah. Which sucks, because
Yeah.
Kylie, you know.
Yeah, I'm just worried
So.
because she has friends on that tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm worried about that. Just to be honest, like, I think a lot of people will vote for her.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
I just-
I'm not putting down your name. Just point
Yeah.
blank. I'm just telling you, it's not going down.
If you're telling me that, I won't write your name either.
Great.
But I
Thank
do
you.
know she has friends. You know, she was really close to John.
Yeah, John, she's got Danny. They were
Yeah.
like a 3 at our
Danny.
like tribe together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were there together through the tribe swap.
So, I mean, I think that Kylie is a big threat, but I think we both have played similar enough games, but I think I will have an edge. I hope, just given that I won 2 immunity challenges like at key times, and then given that I had the legacy advantage in my back pocket that I didn't use, I'm hoping that I can bring that up and people will be like, oh, you had it the whole time. We'll see. I think Michael's game is different enough from mine that he could maybe get more votes than me. I just think he's like a silent assassin. Like, he was so good at these challenges. He won really key difficult challenges, like swept, destroyed us. So I think because our games are so different, he might be able to get an edge there. So that's my thought process.
So me and Erik talked, and we were thinking Michael, obviously, just because he's like one more.
Yeah,
So
and he hasn't wronged anyone.
I know. That's what we were saying, and he's also like super like under the radar.
We kind of
Totally.
played similar names. Danny, you know, we took John
I
out.
know.
He never really had loyalty to them, so they can't blame him.
Yeah.
And he's so nice. Like,
I know. I kind of feel like, yeah, true. Like even if you take away all of the like actual challenges wins, like he's definitely like, we've all, like you said, all three of us have kind of done the same thing. And I mean, he even voted for me, so it's like he didn't even vote for John. Like he even said he called it jury management. He was like, I knew you would stick around, so I voted for John.
He's working the jury. He knows how to talk and work the jury. And he voted for me last tribal, so he doesn't want.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Who do you think Danny voted for? Like, did he vote for you, or did he vote for someone that they just didn't show?
They didn't read it, I don't think.
Okay, I guess not. I mean, because I didn't get any votes, and I feel like if he had voted for me, then they would have shown that.
I mean, worst comes to worst, if Erik goes with Michael and votes me or you, it'll be a tie.
Yeah.
It's not like rock, so it's not as bad. We can still fight for ourselves. Right. So I'd rather be tie than, give everyone a chance. But
definitely.
If we get Erik on board, that would be ideal.
Okay. Well, he got pulled for a confessional, and before we had both said Michael, and like it was like literally like we were discussing it, but it wasn't like, oh, should we do Michael or Alanis? Like it was literally like only Michael. So I think like if you're good, I think we're good.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, he's played pretty decent.
Yeah, I think so too.
Similar games, and he was like different because he didn't have those loyalties of people, so they can't be mad.
Yeah, exactly. So hey, we were.
He comes in, we're good for Michael, right?
Yeah, I was just doing that in confessional.
I'm gonna throw up. My legs hurt so bad. I think I'm cramping because I didn't eat anything all day. Props to Erik, man. That's a hard challenge, but. Sucks I didn't win, but I think I have faith in, my alliance with Kylie, and I think Erik's on board to vote Michael. I mean, I'm the only other option, I feel like. I don't think they're going Kylie. So I want to go Michael. He's done good, He's won. He's extremely smart. He hasn't pissed anyone off. We put Danny on the jury, John. They put Robbie. He hasn't had loyalty to those people, so they can't be mad at him for that. So he kind of has that easy way out. So I won't want to sit next to him. So hopefully it's Michael, not me.
Hey,
what are you thinking?
Yeah, what's
up to you?
I mean, it's not like up to me. It's tough. I feel like I don't know. Again, Alanis is the biggest mystery. I don't know. Yeah. She won a lot, but I haven't seen it. I think me, you, and Kylie played the three strongest games. So I'm like going back and forth between, honestly, you and Kylie. I'm on the fence about it. Yeah. I actually didn't talk to Kylie yet because I went into the room with her and I
talked with Alanis. I told her I wasn't writing her name down. I'm gonna rate Kylie. That's just how it go. I mean, I think she has friends on the jury with like Danny and like John and like it just worries me that I think she'll just like there's just votes that she'll just sweep. So
yeah, I can see that.
Like I feel like we probably have like the same group of people because we've always been together, whereas like Kylie had people that like we didn't really get to know, so they're like easy votes for her.
Right. That's very true.
So yeah, that's where my head's at. I mean, it's fair that you're thinking me. Like I can't fault you for that. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. If you want to hop on, wonderful. But
and what did Alanis say?
Alanis was down to do Kylie.
She was?
Yeah.
I am voting for Michael because I think Michael maybe just because he's won a couple of challenges and I think he's kind of a sleeper. Like I'm pretty loud. People have heard me talk. Obviously, I've been voted for in the past. He has been voted for, but it was only because in the time where people like didn't know who else to vote for, really. It wasn't like strategically, I don't think people were choosing him. And so I think he's kind of like hit under the radar well, but still played well. And so for that reason, he's my biggest threat. But I think Erik and Alanis and I have played similar games. Like I said, we voted together most of the time. but like people may have different opinions on each of us. So I would rather go to the end with them and just hope that people think more highly of my game rather than go against someone completely different that could just blow me out of the water.
So what are you thinking? I feel like we briefly talked to Michael, right?
Yeah.
I think like I'm on the fence about. I'm not really on the fence. I don't know. Between Michael and Kylie, they both have played really strong games. I'm sure that you have too, but I know you the least, so I have no idea what your game has looked like. I just know I've been with Kylie and Michael, and I feel like Michael's game is different enough that he might be able to pitch to the jury. He's won some like really intense challenges.
Yeah.
And he was like a silent.
I mean, whatever we do, I think we should vote together so it's guaranteed that at least it's a tie, so we have a chance. I don't want to go to that. I think we should either grab Michael or Kylie for 3, just to be sure. But I think the thing with Michael is John, Danny, all those people he had no loyalty to, so they can't be mad at him for being blindsided. You know what I mean? They can't. Yeah. He played a pretty like sociable game in the sense where he was very friendly with everyone. He won more than one challenge. What is it, 2 or 3?
Yeah. Maybe 3, but the one challenge was like 5 and 1. So
yeah. So
I was going for him. I think it's kind of up to us. I think I'm just gonna go for Michael.
Yeah, honestly. Kylie's I know down for that. He's probably in there pitching for me or you. I don't know. No, you can't vote for you, so it has to be for me. It's probably pitching for me.
And he was gonna vote you.
I mean, he told me Kylie, but he's probably just telling me that because he told me and then voted me, and then he also voted Kylie. He voted me and Kylie, so I think he's just telling me that.
Yeah, I think Michael was the way to go.
I think it's between me and Kylie at this point. Erik's basically said it to my face that he's choosing between us. I'm voting Kylie. I think Kylie's voting me. Alanis is voting. However, I don't even know, to be honest. But I mean, at this point, it's kind of out of. I mean, I've put my case out on the table of why I think Kylie should go. So it's up to everyone else to bite. They agree with me, so.
Listen, I'm good. So.
Yeah, I know where I'm at. So.
I'm happy with it. I am.
Yeah, I really think it's like she's a big threat to jury votes. So it's just like.
Yeah.
So are y'all still good?
I think Michael's good.
He's raising some good points about you, Kylie.
Oh no, is he really?
Was he trying to get me? I'm assuming when he talked to you.
We honestly didn't. If you go when I was talking with him, we didn't even really get anywhere. They pulled me before I could talk to him.
Okay.
I think he was going to vote for me though, because he wasn't giving me much.
Yeah,
he's down for you.
He's going for Kylie, I think.
That's
yeah, I mean, he gave me some like pitches that I'm like, damn, those are good pitches, which made me like even more so. Like, I don't want to sit next to him because like he just got like these really excellent talking points. I'm like,
he's a sleeper. Like it's wild.
I mean, he flat out told Kylie, "Oh, I voted you because it's jury management."
Like in front of other people too. Yeah, that was a good point.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it was for the John vote. Yeah.
So, he plays a slick game, but he's going to be a good talker. He's going to be like, I knew this vote, I knew that vote.
Right.
Well, he hasn't done anyone dirty, you know. So,
he really hasn't, because the only person that he really voted against was John. Or, like, not voted against, but went against, but then he didn't vote against him. He voted against me.
Yeah.
Final 4, the last vote. And if you survive this vote, you get to pitch your case to the jury on why you should win this game. The only person that gets to do that right now, though, is Erik. Erik, you win the final immunity challenge, the wall sit, the classic ender to all seasons thus far. How do you feel knowing that you get to sit there and plead your case to the jury?
It's pretty awesome. I'm going to be cramping for a couple days. That was brutal. Michael gave me a run for my money, like for real. But no, it feels great.
We had to keep your workout even. We gave you arms before, now we gave you like.
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and just be like flattened in bed. Like
your whole body's gonna be shaking tomorrow.
Michael, I gotta say, I was very impressed. You were shaking like right at the beginning almost, but you lasted so long up there. What ended up happening? You just couldn't hang on anymore and you just slipped?
Yeah, eventually it just became my body was shaking more than I could really even control. Like, at first, that shaking, it's like, it's normal. Like, I'm just used to it because I've done it so much. But yeah, after a while, it's like, I can't, my like arms and my whole upper body too was shaking with it. I was like, I can't keep doing this. Like, eventually I'm just gonna flip over or something. So.
Well, I was impressed with all of you guys. That was awesome. But let's get down to the vote, which is kind of important here. Alanis.
Yes.
What's running through your mind knowing that you are this close, but yet still far away?
I mean, it's like a helpless feeling. We talk as much as we can. You know, we're getting pulled, people are jumping from room to room, you try to talk as quick as you can. So that's all you can do. The only person safe is Erik. So I relied on my strategy today, and I hope that it gets me the final three.
Kylie, I'm sure that you were pushing a name in particular of someone that you want to go home on this round. Do you think those people that you pitched that to are on board?
I mean, I would like to think so. It's definitely hard to tell. At this point, I mean, there's only 2 other names that I could write down, and same for everyone else. So, I mean, it's really anyone's game, I feel like, at this point. Like, we're next going to be pitching to the jury, like you said. So it's a hard decision because you want to choose the right people to sit next to you, but it's hard to know, like, what that looks like because that could be different to every single jury member.
So, Michael, Kylie brings up something interesting. You want to pick the right person to sit next to you. So why should people want to sit next to you?
I mean, I think it's just, even though I've tried to make relationships with the jury and stuff, I feel like I'm not really close with like a lot of them really. So, whereas I feel like other people like up here are. So it's a bit of like a concerning thing going into the final tribal, but I also think it's something that for everyone else's incentive should keep me here. So, yeah.
Alanis, same thing for you. Why should they keep you and let you sit at the end?
Well, it's almost kind of like the opposite of what Michael said. Because we did have friendships with people on the jury, that could be a bad thing. People can be angry, they can be bitter, or they can just be upset that they were taken out. So if we know people and had those relationships early on and then they're out, they might not want to vote for me and want to vote for Michael, the person who didn't, vote them out. So that's how I see it.
Lastly, Kylie, same question, right to you.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what they both said. I think those are definitely things to take into account. There's also like the challenge aspect of things. Like there are some people, everyone up here except for me has won a challenge, right? I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, that's a pretty big thing to have on your resume at the end. So if that's something you value and if that's something that you think that the jury members might value, I definitely would be beneficial to sit next to because I didn't win anything.
Last question. Erik, do you have your mind fully made up with who you're voting for at this tribal council?
My mind was fully made up a while ago. Then there was a lot of good pitches, and then I was like, what am I going to do? But yes, I'm fully made up now, again.
All right. With that, we're going to see what happens, and it is time to vote.
All righty, guys. I am voting for Michael. I think he's played really well, and I think he's had a big old sleeper game, and he would probably kill us all in the final tribal. So that is who I'm voting now.
Voting for Kylie. I mean, it's between us two, I think. That's basically was the discussion, so.
All right. For the last time, I'll go tally the votes to vote someone out. Once the votes are read, the decision is final, and the person voted out will be asked to leave the Zoom call immediately. I'll read the votes. Michael. Kylie. Michael. The last vote. And the last member of our jury, Michael. The tribe has spoken.
Okay, guys, all love. Good luck to all of you. I mean, I'm really proud of my game. I had so much fun. I feel like I made like a lot, like actual, like very genuine connections with people, and like I feel like I really did with so much of the cast. And even if I ended up voting most of them out anyway, like I still liked all of them and stuff. I really like appreciated being able to play because I really enjoyed it. And like I feel like I played hard. I tried my best in comps. I won 2 individual immunities, and I did the plank for so long and the wall sit for so long. Yeah, and I genuinely think I did like as well as I could have and like more, because I thought I was gonna be like an early boot. I've never played before. I don't like all of this was very new to me. So yeah, I'm very proud of myself.
All right. Final 3, Kylie, Alanis, Erik. You've made it the furthest that you can in this game. The power now shifts to the jury. They will vote for a winner of this game. Just to be clear, members of the jury, you can ask one question to each of them or none of them, but you're only asking one question only. We're trying to speed this up, so please make sure that you're just asking your one question. We'll start with opening statements, brief opening statements. After the jury questions you, you'll have a brief closing statement. Is everyone clear?
Yes.
All right, don't fuck it up. Thank you. All right, Kylie, we're gonna start with you.
Okay. Hey everyone. Welcome back. I guess I just want to say that I've had so much fun. It's been a blast playing with you guys. I feel like my game has been predominantly social, mixed with strategy. Haven't won any challenges. However, I think that spoke volumes to my social game, that I needed to make bonds that could help get me to here rather than win challenges. And I think I did that pretty well. And I loved getting to know all of you guys. So that's all I've got.
All right, thank you, Kylie. Alanis?
Along with Kylie, I just want to say this is my first time ever playing. I had so much fun. I really did. I didn't think staying up till almost 1 o'clock and my body being so sore. I had a lot of fun. Everyone's so cool. No hard feelings at all. But I just want to say, I played a pretty loyal game until my closest ally, Robbie, got blindsided. I had no idea. And then after that, I realized I had to play for myself. So after that, I squeezed my way into voting blocks, made sure I was in all the breakout rooms that I needed to be in. I wouldn't stay in one longer than I needed to be. So I think I squeezed my way in. I won a challenge. I was social and strategic. So I think I'm ready for everyone's questions. I'm going to be honest. I have nothing to hide. So thanks, guys.
Thanks, Alanis. Erik.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. It's awesome to see you. I genuinely love everyone here, and playing with you all was so much fun. And I want to say sorry if I upset anyone or did anyone dirty, but I tried my best to be as upfront as possible. Similarly to Alanis, this is the first time I've ever done this, and it was literally 10 times better than I could have expected. I had so much fun. I was as social as possible. I maneuvered my way through being swapped away from my tribe. But I think my game was actually mostly strategic, and I'm sure when we get to the questions, I can speak to that in more depth. But I won some key challenges. I was as social as possible, and I really think the biggest strength in my game was strategic, and looking forward to answering all of your questions.
All right. Thanks, Erik. Sean, I know you've been waiting a while for this, so kick us off, my friend.
Well, as the mayor, I do have questions. Kylie, what do you think your best strength was today, and your largest weakness, I guess, would be my follow-up question to that.
Okay, my greatest strength was building relationships fast. I feel like in the very beginning, I was super solid with Dennie and Jon, like right off the bat, especially when we swapped. And I stayed pretty true to that until I heard that maybe I was being betrayed. in some capacity. But until then, I felt very loyal. And then my biggest weakness, I think, is just that I've been a little bit naive and gullible in some ways. If y'all remember back when Landon got voted out, he told me that he had an advantage, and I just immediately believed him, didn't even think twice about it. So there's probably some blind spots that I've missed, and I think that kind of goes back to me just being kind of like gullible in that way, and I probably should have not been as much in that way, I guess.
I like that. That's a good answer. Alanis, same questions to you.
Yeah, so I think my greatest strength is I was really, I adapted. I thought, it was original five. When you were voted out, I'm like, great, we have the numbers. It's 5-4. Let's like do this and go all 5. And then boom, Robbie was gone. And I was not a part of that. I could have easily been cut out of that. And they could be like, oh, Alanis wasn't even in it, take her out. But instead, I didn't get bitter. I didn't even confront anyone about it because I knew that's what they wanted to do. I acted like, oh, it's fine. And I got right back into my spot. I started talking to Kylie, Danny, John, and got right back in there. So I think I adapted to that situation. My greatest weakness, I'm mad I didn't find the idol. I still don't know who did. I really wanted to, but as all you guys know, I suck at that puzzle. And whatever that clue was, I don't know. So that's my weakness. I couldn't figure out that clue.
And finally, Erik, same questions to you.
So I think my biggest strength was being as strategic as possible. I made it a big point to always try and constantly lower my threat level. I was dropping my ideas and the plans that I wanted left and right, but trying to make other people feel like it was their idea as well, or trying to get it to come out of their mouths. But I think it's a testament to me lowering my threat level that I made it to the end and my name has not been written down one time. So I think strategically that's my biggest strength. I think weakness wise, I did have to make a couple of tough votes where I betrayed people that I was close to because it was the only way that I saw forward in the game. And I think that could be seen as like a little flip-floppy. I guess that would be my biggest weakness.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sean. All right, Robbie.
Yeah, I don't have any questions, just more a statement of kind of how I viewed, I guess from my perspective, the game. Kylie, you first. I think, you mentioned your biggest strength was your social game and how strong that was in building relationships, which is funny because you've never spoken to me really more than half a sentence. So I'll leave that right where it is. Erik, I think it's interesting too. You mentioned right off the bat how you apologized for your gameplay. That's the first thing you said is, I'm sorry. I think that's right on character. I don't think you've really owned a lot of, anything. And I think that there's somebody here who had to fight after losing everybody that was supporting them. And I think that's obvious who it is. There's one person who's left who's got votes at more final or more tribals than I think anybody else here. I don't know how many times we saw Alanis's name come up, and often it was 1 or 2 votes because she found her way in. And after I was gone, she was a clear target. She won immunity, guaranteed her safety, fought her way in, hustled. And I think there's a lot of credit to go for that gameplay. So I think saying your game was social is laughable, and I think you apologize on character. So that's all I have to say.
Thanks, Robbie. Jordyn.
Okay, hard to follow, but I just want, honestly, not a long answer. I want a 1-sentence type answer. What was the one move that put you in the final 3? 1 sentence. I don't want a lot of explanation to it. I want to be able to recognize it based off what you said.
Erik, let's start with you.
I guess the move that got me to the final 3 was winning the wall sit competition. I don't know if I would have been here if I didn't win it.
Alanis.
Definitely getting Danny out. I think he was a huge threat. Final 3. Take it as a compliment, Danny. I think I did not want to sit next to you. That's my answer. So pulling that together and getting Danny, definitely.
Kylie.
I think mine would have been taking it all the way back to the vote when we voted out Robbie. That solidified being with Erik and also staying with Danny and Jon. I just think that it helped. You said you don't want long, so I'm just gonna stick there. That was the one.
Great. Thanks. Short and sweet.
Thanks, Jordyn. All right, Jon.
Here we go, Jon.
Hi, everybody. It is so good to be speaking with you once again. Kylie, it's the final four. Erik is immune.
Yes.
Why didn't you vote out Alanis?
I voted out Michael purely because I thought he would completely beat me. However many y'all would all vote for him. Because I think that he played a very solid game. He won 2 challenges. He almost won the third. And in addition to that, he didn't really wrong anyone. He told me straight up that he voted for me on your vote out because of jury management. And he said that Jon, he wanted you to not feel betrayed by him. And he told me straight to my face that that's why he did it. So I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is a gamer. Not that I don't think that I'm threatened by Alanis's game, but I just knew cut and dry he would have beat me.
Amazing. Thank you. Alanis, same question about Kylie.
I didn't go for Kylie because, it's kind of similar answers, but I think me and Kylie played a similar game in the sense that we put Danny, you, Jordyn, Sean, Victoria, and Michael. Well, Michael wasn't out yet. We put them together on the jury. We voted in that majority together. The difference between us that I think I could have beat her instead of Michael is I won a challenge and my closest ally went out at merge and I felt lost. So I think those 2 things, I think I could beat Kylie, whereas Michael didn't really make those enemies. So depending on how the jury viewed that, that's why I picked Kylie instead of Michael.
Amazing. Erik, my friend Erik, one of the number one things that you said in your speech was your most important element of your game was your strategic play. Yet when asked what your most important move was, it was winning the Final Four Immunity Challenge, which is not a strategic play.
Oh, okay.
Can you please tell me one strategic thing that happened that was your idea?
Yes. Okay. Sorry. I guess I misunderstood that question. I heard what in one sentence got you to the final 3. To me, I won the wall sit challenge. That's why I got there. I did a ton of different strategic things. I would have to counter Alanis's point because I definitely led the charge of getting out Danny, who was one of my closest allies at the time. But I felt there was no way to the end without getting rid of Danny. He was hands down my biggest threat. I think the most strategic thing that I did this whole season was I actually found the legacy advantage, which was the clue in the beginning. I found it during the first challenge, and this legacy advantage could only be used at 6. So I had it in my back pocket. I was hoping that I wouldn't have to use it. I got to 6, and I made sure, as hard as I could, that the vote was not going to be on me, because I thought if I played this legacy advantage, I was like a death sentence. Because everybody's like, who found this idol? Who found this idol? I hope I threw the scent off. I don't know if any of you actually knew that I had it, but getting through final 6 and not having to play that was, I think, the biggest strategic move that I made in the game.
Amazing. Thanks, guys. Congratulations.
Thanks, Jon. Victoria.
Hi, everybody. Congrats. My one question is, if it's a final 2 and you're not included, it's the other 2 people that you're sitting next to, who would you vote for? I don't want an explanation. I just want their name.
Alanis, let's start with you. Out of Kylie and Erik, who would you vote for?
Kylie.
Erik, out of Kylie and Alanis, who would you vote for?
Alanis.
Kylie, out of Alanis and Erik, who would you vote for?
Erik.
All right. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, Victoria. Danny.
Hey, guys. congrats to all of you. Definitely no hard feelings on my end. But I'm a selfish person. My question is selfish. And I don't feel like I got a good answer as far as a couple different people chiming in as far as who really spearheaded my vote out. So I'm going to kind of leave it an open-ended question. Feel free, any or each of you, to give an explanation. But yeah, I just kind of want to know who really gets to own that vote out.
I'm gonna let one of you guys chime in. So
if I can remember, it was between Danny or who was the other person? Who went out after you? Was it? Okay, I remember I was in a room with Kylie, and whatever person was between, I was like, I think we should do Danny. I think it's time. I think that, and I think we kind of told Erik about it. I just knew that I was kind of scared to mention it to Kylie at first. I knew Kylie and Danny were close, but she agreed.
I can go next. I know, so from my perspective, Erik was the one who told me on the Jon vote that you guys were conspiring against me, and I didn't believe him. I will say, I knew Danny, I trusted you, and I knew that you would be with me, and you did vote with me that vote, and you didn't vote for me, so I felt really strong with you. But I will say the vote that we did vote you out, Erik once again said that you had been talking about voting for me. So from my perspective, Erik was the one that kind of planted the seed in my head. And as soon as he did that, like, I obviously wanted to get you before you got me. But I will say, like, Alanis and I also worked on that together. And Erik would not have been able to get you out just by himself. And I think, like, it definitely, I don't know, it definitely was because I felt very close to you. It felt like a betrayal, I guess. So it wasn't necessarily that it was amazing work, but it was definitely, like, from my perspective, Erik definitely allowed me to be able to vote you out.
Yeah, so when I was swapped away from my tribe and I was with the new trio of Kylie, Jon, and Danny, super strong trio, I realized a couple votes in after working with you guys, Jon's name was already out there everywhere. But Danny, who I made a final two with at that time, or he made a final two with me and I agreed with it, I realized Danny's name hasn't come up once in any tribal councils. Everyone likes him. He's strong at, like, strength-based challenges, but he also was great at puzzle type of challenges. You were just my biggest threat getting to the end. I knew if there was like a wall sit, I was terrified to go against you. I was dropping your name before any of those two girls were. The second that you were able to be voted out, I jumped in a room with Kylie and Alanis and immediately said, Danny needs to go. He is the biggest threat to all three of our games. I'm going to go talk to Danny and make sure he feels comfortable, but I'm voting Danny. And I 100% made sure that it happened. That is hands down the biggest move that I think I impacted in this season.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Danny. All right, Michael, wrap us up.
Hey all, long time no see. My question is just simple because basically just in one, like, short sentence, explain why I should vote for you. Like, what did you do that makes you deserve my vote?
we will start with Kylie.
All righty. I think that you should vote for me because I was a threat in the sense that people knew that I had several strong bonds. However, I still made it to this point without winning challenges. So even though Robbie thinks my social game is laughable, I think that just because I maybe didn't have a strong bond with one person or two people doesn't mean that I didn't have strong bonds with other people to get me to this point, because you don't need a strong bond with every single person to get to the end.
Erik.
I think you should vote for me because I won several key challenges at very vital points to keep me in the game. I got to the end again with 0 votes cast against me, with a legacy advantage / immunity idol in my pocket that I didn't have to use. And I'm still standing here. I think I had the most well-rounded game, and I think that I had the biggest impact on the entire season. So I think that's why you should vote for me.
And Alanis.
Well, I think mine is kind of the opposite of those. I think I had the most votes out of both. I did have the most votes. Erik wasn't a threat because he didn't have any votes towards him the whole game. He didn't even have to play his legacy advantage. We all said, oh my gosh, we need to play legacy because everyone felt unsafe because we were all everywhere. You know, if I had that, I would have used it, even for fun, you know, to play, you know. So I think you should vote for me because I feel like I was the underdog in it. I won a challenge. And I said 5 votes ago that I wanted to sit with Kylie and Erik. And I said that for a reason.
Sure.
All right. Thanks, Michael. All right, you guys, you have a closing statement. We'll start with Erik.
So I guess in summary, I really do think I played the strongest game. I won the word puzzle at the beginning. I won 2 strength-based endurance challenges that just show how much I care about winning this game and trying my best. Got to the end with no votes against me and strategically made sure that I didn't even need to use the advantage that would have painted the biggest possible target on my back. I didn't even need to use it. And I think that really speaks for itself. But again, I genuinely love playing with all of you. It was a blast and no hard feelings to anyone. You all did amazing as well.
Thanks, Erik. Alanis.
I started this game. I played super loyal in the beginning. You know, I came in, I think I held my own in team challenges. Every part that I did, I won a point for my tribe. I did good in the team challenges. I went to rocks during the tribe swap for Robbie, for Maddie. Unfortunately, Maddie got off on the rocks, but I went to rocks for my tribe. Going into the merge, I was planning to stay loyal. After I realized that there was voting blocks going on, I switched my game. I didn't just cry about it and sit there. I switched it. I adapted to it. And I took out who I needed to take out, the threats that I saw. And that's why I think you guys should vote for me.
Thanks, Alanis. Kylie?
I think all in all, I had a great time. And that was kind of my motto coming in. And that was my motto through the whole time, was just to have a lot of fun and do what I could to get the most enjoyment out of this. I played a very loyal game. The only time I voted anyone out that I was loyal to was because I thought that they were coming at me and I had heard, my name in their mouth. But I think for the most part, I was always on the right side of the vote. There was not a single time that I was not. And that was because I had solid connections that we would hop in a breakout room and just be like, okay, this is who we're voting for. Cool. Let's go talk to other people. And then we stayed solid. And I think that speaks a lot to my social game, but also the strategy and the moves that I wanted to make. But all in all, I had such a fun time and it was like no hard feelings either way, like you guys said. But I love to hang out in real life.
All right, jury, you've heard all the information that you needed to hear. You are now going to be voting for a winner of this game. So let's kick it off.
I'm just gonna vote for this person because I feel like I know their game the best. I know what they have done, and I feel like they would be a deserving winner, even though I do like all 3 of them. So I'm just gonna vote for Erik.
It's tough. I don't know.
Life is tough. Yes.
I think there were 2 people that maybe I expected just a little bit more from.
All right, I think I made my point very clear. Ho, ho, ho. I hope you win. You deserve it. You deserve it.
I am trying to be, I will be, as gracious in defeat as I am in victory. This is a person who I think had the most complete game, did what she needed to do when she needed to do it, pressed all of the correct buttons, and just effing rocked it.
This time, I'm gonna go tally the votes for the winner. unlike all the other tribals, you want to see your name on this parchment paper because these are votes for the winner of Season 4, Sahara Dunes. First vote, Alanis. Alanis. Erik. Alanis. The winner of Season 4, Alanis.
Congrats, Alanis.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Alanis. You are the winner of Season 4. How do you feel?
Oh my God, I'm so happy. It's been so fun. It's been really fun. I'm so glad I played with you guys. This is like the coolest group.
Erik,
So cool.
second place. Congratulations. How do you feel?
I feel great. It was just so much fun. It was a long day, but it was fun the entire way through. So yeah, you guys are all of you are so cool. I'm so glad that we met each other.
And Kylie, third place. That's nothing to not be proud about. Congratulations.
Hey, yeah, so proud of it. Thank you. Thank you. So much fun, everyone. Congrats, Alanis. You did so good.
Yeah, guys, I just want to say this has been the most fun I have had hosting in any season that I've done. This was a blast, and it's a testament to you guys as a cast. You guys all came to play. You guys were fire. It was amazing to watch, and I hope you guys had an amazing time because we loved watching this season. It was fantastic. I also want to give a huge shout out to everyone that was behind the scenes today, our production crew, because we cannot do this without them on our team. It is so difficult to run these games, and thank you again, production, for everything you do. I appreciate you guys so much, and so does McKenna.
Yes, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all, Castaways, even those of them who are not with us voted out pre-merge. We thank you as well.
Yes, thank you guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Don't forget Matt.